Hi guys, it's Belle here, and today's video is going to be a bit of a long one, but it was actually inspired by one of you lovely people. So it was on my video for day 17 of Junk Journal in July, and I did this page, and in the background I have used a Tim Holtz collage paper, but I then went over that with both a tea bag, and here you actually see I've gone over it with some vintage sewing paper. And one of you lovely people commented that you were really happy to see something because you were always wanting to kind of use some sort of collage paper, and you knew Tim Holtz and that comes out with it, but it can be a little bit expensive, or you know, you might want to use what's in your craft. And he has come out with these. I've done hauls where I've shown both of these, particularly the new Halloween one, but I have shown this one too. So I wanted to show you some ideas of how you can kind of make your own types of collage paper. What you're going to need is stamps. I mean, you do need stamps. You need a permanent ink. I like to use Stays On Jet Black, but there's lots of different ones out there. I also have VersaFine, sepia. I also have VersaFine and a few other colours. I find black works best, and most collage papers have black. And then this is where we're going to get into some ideas. So first thing is, I have some packaging paper. Now I couldn't find the one I was going to use. This actually has a slightly shiny side, but this side isn't shiny. Oh, just love that sound. So I have a couple of sheets of those, and Tim Holtz is bringing out these sheets to be slightly smaller. I mean, they're this size. So theoretically, that's only a bit bigger, or you could get two out of there. So any kind of really thin packaging or tissue paper would work for this. Also, some of that napkin lining paper, if you use napkins, obviously you pull off this. I always say keep it. I use them for journal covers and things like that, but this can also be used for the your own collage paper. Then sewing pattern paper, vintage or not. Here I've got some white sewing pattern paper, so we're going to use that. But also I have some already. This is brown sewing pattern paper. This is actually my favourite kind. I love brown sewing pattern paper. Now obviously this already has lots and lots on it, which will actually help you if you don't have a lot of stamps. You can pick these up super cheaply, especially here in the UK. I normally get a little pack for sometimes 50p or £1. So you've already got lots on there. It can be used just as is, or if you've got limited stamps, you can add to it. So we're going to use that. And the final thing is tea bags. Now, again, I make my own tea bags. This is from a mint tea. I don't even drink caffeinated tea. And I've got this beautiful grungy effect. So I use tea bags a lot. You would have seen that. I've done a few projects where I've stamped onto tea bags. One of those is that dangle video. I will try and remember to leave all that linked below. So there are lots of different ways. And I know some of you have a lot of tea bags, like to see different ways of using it, but you can use it as collage paper. So we are going to start, I think, with this, because this is the most like, we're just going to do one sheet. I might not even cover the whole sheet. This is the most like the Tim Holtz paper. So we are going to start now. I literally have, oh, sorry guys, I have this whole basket of stamps. I think I'm going to bring you up a bit. I don't even know if that worked, but I have this whole basket of stamps. I want to make some Halloween ones, so I do have like a lot of Halloween stamps and things, because that's the season we're coming into. But I also just have some random ones, and obviously some nature ones. So I thought, why don't we make a basic simple stamp first? I'm wondering what I want to make. I mean, I'm looking at these as well for inspiration. You can see this one is literally a skull with some writing, or this one's skeleton. I do have that stamp with, again, writing. So let's see. I know I've obviously got my big writing one. So we can use that. I also want to use some bugs. Let's use some bugs. Let's play with the bugs first. That's what I want to do. That's what I'm going to do. Get this. Now, does really work well if you have a large This is a square one. I'm trying to find my large one. A lot of my really large ones are not in great condition. Like they're covered in ink. Look at those. It's a bit grunge, isn't it, guys? That's just what happens sometimes. I need a new large one. And I want to start off by putting some bugs, some moths and things like that. Now this is in such bad kind of condition. I really need to stick that all back onto here. I'm not a very good stamp mother. Don't tell me off. It is what it is. And I'm thinking I want to do a stamp. I'm trying to see if he's done one with bugs on it. Not in this set. Well, he's done the big giant butterfly. We've got these ones with like the moths and the bugs here. Anyway, we're just going to make our own. And this is the fun. Now, I'm worried that these won't stick because, again, I'm not the best stamp mum. So we could have, maybe not that one, maybe a dragonfly instead. And we're just going to stamp on it. I don't want to take too long on each piece because I really need to stamp this one up. I have not used this one, it seems, because we have a lot to try. Or we could just try a couple in this video and then I do another video where we do some more. Let's get this on camera. I know it's a bit hard to see with the brown, but I just wanted it like that because then if I'm printing off onto the side, doesn't even matter that that butterfly didn't come out perfectly. If I'm printing off onto the side, let's try a different one. And we have the smaller one of that too. Then I can get some on this paper and use it in different things. I really need to think about making sure I press down firmly and let it sit on there because it is slightly glossy. Again, I don't mind that that one looks like that. It is what it is. And it really doesn't bother me. And then let's kind of do the other way this time. So it's kind of different. Really get that. So yeah, just get your stamps out. Okay, well that's going there now. That is what it is. It fell. Perfect. That's a much better thingy, but I really don't mind. Okay, let's do you down here first. Let's stick you on this one because that will work out easier. Use what stamps you have. Have a look around. Like I said, I really like, why is that on there? I really like sewing pattern paper because it's already got quite a lot of details on there. Where did that small one go to? Hello? There you are. I'm like, where? But the thing is, that's not going to fit on there now. So we've got two butterflies. Let's do another big butterfly. Let's do you that won't stick. Right, okay, that's got something on that side. So that's bugging me. So let's just do this. Stick. I'm going to get ink all over my hand. You watch, guys. And this is where it helps that I've got paper underneath because I can literally come off the paper. That also makes it look more realistic, I suppose, because obviously you're when they're doing a printing and then a cutting, they will cut between the images. And now I'm just going to use a stamp, a word stamp. I'm going to do it this way just because I don't want that straight line. And I'm going to do it like this. And we'll see how that comes up. Oh my goodness. It's so cute. And then you would use these exactly like you would use collage paper, guys. You would use them. You'd use Mod Podge and things to kind of adhere it to your page. I love that. And I'm just going to use more of it over here. That's what I'm going to do. Oh, I love it. So yeah, this is just packaging. This packaging paper was actually between some acetate sheets that I had. That's where I found it. So, and look, I'm just getting it on here and that's great. Right, I'm moving that over to the side. And because I then have the Tim Holtz field notes. Now, what was that one? The Tim Holtz and entomology is the one I just used, including the script. But we have the Tim Holtz field notes as well. Again, it does not have to be Tim Holtz, guys. Use what you have. I also have this great Marion Poole one that also, is it Marion? Sample that also has all these on it. And that would work too. Just use what you have that is there. And we can literally do this here. And then let's stamp that off. And then instead of that one, see, we're just putting our own collages on here, guys. Just putting our own collages on here. Just using the stamps and playing. Now again, I know a lot of you will use I'm trying to work out where to put this one. Could be here. Let's just put it down and not worry about it. You will use nature more than you'll use spooky, but you know. And actually, now I'm looking at that, what I actually want to do just here is, I feel like I just knocked one off. I hope I didn't. Has that ladybird gone missing? I've got a ladybird one. No, it's there. I'm going to use this smaller one. No, not there. You're going to go here. Just to break up that space, that little white space. It might not have been the best idea, but we're going with it now because I've done it. Okay. Let's print that off. Stamp that off. Okay. So there we have it, guys. We've made our own tissue paper. Obviously, you can get a lot more complicated. I'm trying to keep it quite simple to give you some idea, but also so that you can then play around with ideas. Where has it gone? Right, I want to use the tea bag one now. I'm trying to work out which way I want it. I usually have them that way. Yeah, let's go that way. And let's have a look at what I've got. I think I want this one to have some cobwebs maybe. Or just having a look through my stamp sets. Let's have a look. Oh, do we have a great face? Which is actually very similar to one of the Tim Holtz ones. We could do this. Let's do him. Yes, yes, yes. Let's not overthink it. So, as always, as I always say, grab things and experiment. Sometimes it'll work out. Sometimes it won't. Like, I know when I'm stamping onto tea bag, I do need to make sure this has got a really good coat of ink and really give it time to settle onto here. But yeah, so use what you've got, experiment. I'm just thinking, because this is really giving me like the skull vibe on this one. Love it. And look, the beetle one, I could do that. I don't have a giant beetle, but I can do that. Let's see what that looks like. See how much lighter that is? But you will see it in the background. You're not wanting things to be too... do I want the word apothecary? I think I'm going to put that word on there. You're not wanting it to, well, you might want it to be very in your face, but often the collage goes on as a background. So, oh my goodness, this is the one that's got something sticky on it, and I'm going to have to try and get that off because it just keeps sticking to the paper and it's going to rip it. So anyway, let's do this. Do I want it to go sideways? No, I don't. Let's leave that on there for a minute. And let's have a look. So we do have that, but I'm thinking I might add part of a spider's web. That's what I'm thinking I'm going to do. Apothecary. Cool, cool, cool. Let's add this bead web. Oh, this still has some glitter on it. I am such a bad stamp mum. I really have. I think I must have embossed with this one. I don't know how the glitter's on there when I've embossed. I don't know. But it is what it is. And let's really put the spider web. So get inspiration, but it doesn't mean you necessarily have to buy it all. I obviously don't take my own advice and do buy it, but that's also because that's for that one. I need to find all the plastic. So there we go, guys. That can be used as a collage paper. Obviously, this looks a lot more like the Tim Holtz one, but this is giving you ideas. It's showing you how you can play around with different things. Now, what I want to play with is this vintage sewing pattern paper. This is what I want to play with, because I want to show you how you can take, this is massive. Oh my goodness. Right, let me find a bit that I want to just cut. Well, it would be easiest if I just cut a piece down here. Excuse me, I know I'm off camera, but honestly, I love sewing pattern paper. As I said, if it's this beautiful brown, if it's vintage, I love that more than I love the white one, but I will use the white one. Just depends on the project, but I would always, my preference would always be to go for the brown sewing pattern paper. So we have a piece, and as you can see, it's already got numbers and everything on it. Now, what do I want to put on here? I have got some skulls actually and some ravens. I'm trying to think what I want on here though. And we have something like this. Is a massive stamp, and I don't know if I've ever used it. And I can't tell you where it's from. I picked it up. Oh, no. I was looking at some leaves. I picked it up from a certain website years ago, which I no longer use that website. But I do have the stamps, so I need to use them. So I don't know, because I've never used this one. I'd use the other one. Just kind of want to put it on there, and we'll see. So whatever you want on your collage paper, whatever theme you're doing, grab your stamps, see what you have, and then let's have a look. Let's do it over here. See what you have and get inspiration. I want to have a look. There's a lot of text on these ones. And big flowers. I don't have any giant flower stamps, to be honest. A lot of numbers. Spooky house. We might do a spooky house one next. I'm really hoping. Oh, this seems to have gone on. Let's have a look at that. Oh, yes. I like that, guys. And it's kind of upside down. I don't know which way it's meant to be writing because we've got things everywhere. But that's okay. So we've got that. I'm wondering if I want to use that again, like over here maybe, or another one down here. could use it at a weird angle, couldn't I? Let's do it because we've got it on here, so let's do it. Yeah, so whatever the theme is that you're working with in your journal, have a look at what you've got stamp-wise and just go for it. I tend to have smaller stamps because obviously I work in journals or on cards and things, so I tend to have smaller stamps. If you've got the really large ones, or like the Tim Holtz ones that you buy, you can actually just ink the whole thing up and put that down on there. Mine, as I said, I am not a good stamp mum. Oh, the shame, the shame. Trying to stamp this off onto here. Didn't get much, and that is fine. Oh, that reminds me of another thing that I do have. So let's have a look. So we've got all this down here. We could put some text on there. I'm having a look at what we've got. Thought I had my little stamps and I can't find the flower ones. That's okay. Wish I had some bigger steampunk ones. I have these ones that I do really like. These are Darkroom Door. They're inchy ones, which are super cute. Look, how cute are they? And I'm wondering if I'm just going to ink a couple up and put them on here in some way. Let's have... Yeah, let's go for the cocks. Let's do that. And I'm not even going to stick them onto the back because this backing just pulls off and then that's sticky. I'm not even going to do that. I'm just going to randomly stick it down. And that's on there. I don't know how much I like that now I'm looking at it. We do have a hat. Let's try the hat. I don't even know where this one's going, to be honest. I wish I had a few more number stamps. I don't like the hat on there either. So that was a bit of a fail, but that's okay. That's what we're trying to find out. I do want... hold on. I wonder if I want like loads of these, but lots of different numbers. Let's see. Let's see if I can make it happen. Let's see if they want to behave to me after I've been such a bad stamp mother. I'm just going to stick lots of numbers down. Making sure they're the right way up. Because you do not want to be putting them on here if they are the wrong way up. I mean, it doesn't matter. Some of those are the wrong way. It is what it is. Let's do this. So then you can kind of make your own large stamp. Please stick. Please stick. On here. Like so. No, you moved. Stick. Okay, let's use this to really try and stick this down. Stick. 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 You're not going to stick, are you? You're going to be a problem. You're a problem too. Okay. This is my fault, guys. The Tim Holtz stamps are much better than this. I just do not take care of my stamps very well. Right, we're not going to have you guys. We're going to have these ones then. Because they're behaving. You guys can go on as singles. But you can see what I was trying to do. You know, trying to get them to stick. Please stick. I know sometimes you can like rewash them and get the stickiness back, which I am going to have to do. Okay, let's try this again. Oh, I'm telling you guys, I am loving that. I am loving how that looks. I really, really am. Obviously, you can change them around. I'm not necessarily doing that. Let's do this. Let's do it slightly differently so that we have things in a different area. Some numbers coming off. Oh, I just love it. I particularly love the number one. I really am. Like, That's something I'm really enjoying. Which again is very similar to, where's the Tim Holtz? He's got this one with all the numbers. Do you see? Obviously they're slightly different, but it does have all these numbers. So that's what I'm doing. I need to sort that out in a minute. So I like this one. I didn't like putting that on. That kind of ruined it a little bit. And I am wondering, now this might be overkill. It probably is, but we're just going to do it. I'm just going to put a little bit of script on in places just because I want to. I mean, you can barely even see it because I've done that very lightly. And again, this is the script from the entomology kit. I just kind of want it in the backgrounds, in places. All right. Oh, see, I really like that. So far, guys, packing paper, cute, 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 tea bag, and this is vintage sewing pattern paper. And again, we've got all the numbers and lines, so that already adds into the design. So that's that. So now we have some napkin. Now, I'm going to tear this because I don't want to be working on a piece this big. I really don't want to be. We're just going to work on a small piece. And I think I want this spooky again because, you know, or I've got some autumn leaves. I might try the autumn leaves. Why don't, I know guys, I can use a paintbrush with a little bit of water, but I'm just going to use my scissors. Now, the thing with napkins is, and this will depend on what texture you are happy with on your page, like what you want your final outcome to be. Because the problem with napkins, or I don't think of it as a problem because I like the texture, is a lot of napkins have this kind of bobbly edge, which is obviously different from the flat white. Now, again, it's up to you. Do you want that bobbly edge? Do you not want that bobbly edge? You can put that on the downside so it's nice and flat, but you still get that pattern through. Whatever. Oh, my friend sent me this one. It's Leaves Art Journey. Now, these are all stuck together because I think you're supposed to cut them out and back them. That's what I think you're supposed to do. But I'm not going to cut them out. I'm going to ink these up. I'm not sure what kind of, as I haven't used them before, sometimes when you first use a stamp, the print of it isn't perfect. But this is what I'm going to do with this one. And again, I'm just going to take it and I'm just going to randomly put it down. And then obviously you can come in with a stamp pad. I used the side with the sticky on and just press that down. And then, as you've seen me do sometimes you can turn it over. It depends on what you're putting it onto, but I can already see they've gone on there. Oh my goodness, I like that. Sometimes you just got to try things. Now, the white, like the tissue paper and the napkin paper, will or should, when you then put it onto your project, should then go see-through, which will mean that it will pick up the colour of whatever's behind it. The tea bag and the sepia toned sewing pattern paper will obviously give you that. Let's see if I can find it again. Well, look, this is using tea bags, so it'll give you that effect. This is tea bag on plain background. And again, I've used tea bag and the brown vintage sewing pattern paper. So even though the Tim Holtz you can see there is bright white onto a white page, the tea bag and the sepia vintage pattern paper, along with some ink, have given it a beautiful brown effect. Now, guys, I just really like that. I mean, that's just pretty, isn't it? But we do need to add a bit more because I don't know why. We could add the numbers again because I do really like those numbers, you know. Let's change some out though. Let's change like corresponding order, and let's change that with this. Let's change agent out and have a different number, and then let's put this one on there as well because I just like those. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do those ones. And we're going to do some numbers again because I just really like them. Oh, good job I checked, guys. After telling you to make sure it's the right way up, I was going to put that on the wrong way. Which again, I suppose it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, but it would bother me. No, you're not allowed to fall off. Okay, I'll come back and sort that out. And I think I still put the numbers the wrong way around. Oh gosh, golly golly Belle. You'll be annoyed now, Belle. Right, let's turn that the right way. Good job that as crafters we can just put that on a page and cover it or something. Don't like it? Cover it up. That's what we do. Like so. I just like that so much. Like the numbers with it, I just really, really do. Right, and I'm thinking of moving this up. Can you see that? I'm hoping you can. Because obviously some of these numbers are longer and some are taller, I'm trying to position it so that the longer ones kind of go into that indentation. Let's turn this over so you can see it better. So that's what that one looks like. Oh, I really like that, guys. I actually really, really do. All right, I want to do another spooky one. So we have some white tissue paper, sewing pattern paper. Sorry, it fell. I had to grab it. Let's grab this piece. Again, this isn't rectangular, but when you're using tissue paper or collage paper, just work with what it has. Okay. Now, I really need to tidy up a little bit because I've got stuff everywhere. I brought, where is it? I picked this one up last year in the sales, and it's got this house. And if you look at, where are they? This one, it's got a house there with loads of clouds behind it. So, I want to have a go at making my own tissue collage paper with this. Oh my goodness. This is the Stampers Anonymous Sketch Manor CMS 408, which, as you can see, oh, I've used the bats. I have used those. Right, these all need to go somewhere. I need to get all my... This would be a great opportunity, this video, to afterwards go and clean my stamps, wouldn't it? To be a better stamp mother. Especially the Tim Holtz ones. I mean, they're not cheap, so I really should. I think just when I'm crafting, sometimes it's like, I've used that, put it back. I'm in the middle of the flow. But, yeah. I really should be looking after them a bit better. So we're going to have the house. The spooky dooky house. Ooh. Okay, so we didn't quite get the top of that, but that's my fault. This is a brand new stamp. And obviously, if you've got a stamp platform, brilliant, because you can then use it on your stamp platform. I do not have a stamping platform. So, it is what it is. And I want to use, I'll tell you what I want to use. I want to use the bats. Oh, the clouds, because the Tim Holtz one did have some clouds in it. We're not trying to exactly replicate, but I'm just showing you how you can be inspired. And then if you've got certain stamps, you can then work with those stamps to try and make your own version of whatever it was you were inspired by. So, yeah. This would be a fun collage paper. And I am going to add some bats because bats. I don't need to say more. I feel like there should be one behind the house, but that's really hard to do. I've got it in the background. That'll do. That will do. Okay. Let's stamp that off. And why don't we use some of the Tim Holtz spooky words, or the words that I've got that are spooky, like boo, wicked, beware. Let's use those. And again, we're going to make our own little kind of collection. Not collection. Our own kind of larger stamp. I believe this year, Tim did come out. There is a large stamp that you can buy that's like literally a large, you know, the size of one of these, but it's just one solid stamp, which is fun. I wouldn't use that much, but it's great for backwards. Not backward. Oh, let's use my vintage number on here. I've got it right in front of me, so I want to use it, and it says 13. So let's do that. Make sure that's the right way up. Yeah, I wouldn't use that much. I know there's ways you can work around it, but realistically, I wouldn't use it that much to justify me spending that money on it, whereas I might want a different stamp. I'm going to put, I think I might want them across the whole thing, maybe over here. I'm trying to think. Or maybe just place the bats on here. Beware, 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 beware. I do have other things. Tell you what I do love though is that vintage sepia sewing pattern paper. I already want to make another one with that. Okay, that I just, yes. That's so much fun. Yeah, that's so much fun. Onto there. So that is what this one looks like. And I was inspired by this house one here. I'll try and get them out. I have shown you them, but I just want to get them out to give you a good kind of look at the Tim Holtz ones. This is great. I do have a crackle stamp actually. Oh my gosh, I could have used my crackle stamp. I might still do that. Where's the house? Where are you, spooky dooky house? There it is. I see you. So obviously mine is different. You know, Tim Holtz is very ornate and beautiful, and that's what you're paying for. But you can make your own. And since remembering that I have a crackle stamp, how could I forget? It's one of my favourite stamps to use. I now want to use that. Maybe on the leaves a little bit, just a little bit in places. Let's turn this back over. Oh, yes. That just added a little summat onto here. Oh, yes. There was a lot of kind of plain white space. And that's great because it's collage paper, but it's also great to just have a little bit of detail in the background. Even along this side. Just going to put that down. So let me show you now what that looks like with the crackle. Can you see that with the crackling? I think that just adds something. Okay, guys, so let's have a look at what we've done so far. We have used Napkin, which turns out lovely. Love it. It's cute. Everything. We have used packaging paper, which, let's be honest, that's the one. I'm trying to find a good Tim Holtz one for you to kind of look at. Let's have a look at this. I'm trying not to get them mixed up, but they may do, and it is what it is. But that is the one that is probably most like, in fact, it's almost exactly like, because this is shiny and then rough on the other side, which is exactly like this. This is shiny, then rough on the other side. Oh, how interesting. So this is Tim Holtz. This is the one we made from packing paper. As I said, this was between sheets of acetate. You can find it in other kind of packaging. You can just pick up normal tissue paper that you would get from a shop. I think I only have coloured ones nearby, so I won't get those out. But you can get just plain white tissue paper. So that was that. Then we used... So where's the one that we did? This is on white sewing pattern paper, and then this is on the sepia, which you can't see as well. If I do it like that, can you see the difference? They really don't look that different right now. You can see the brown on there, whereas this is much whiter. I don't know, but this is on the brown sewing pattern paper. This is on the white. Beautiful, beautiful. And then finally, I've put it on tea-dyed tea bags. So I think this is my favourite one, but I will definitely use all of these in some way, shape or form. That's the different ones, isn't it? Yeah, sewing pattern, that one, napkin and tea bag paper. So I hope you got some inspiration from that. I definitely want to do some more spooky ones and some more nature ones. I mean, this one with the entomology kit mixed with the field note kit will work so well together. Just like this, like you can just rip little bits off it and use it on projects. We have something spooky and something a bit autumnal. It might have been nice to do that in the brown. But I feel like once it's Mod Podged over and if you're putting it on tea-dyed paper, using brown can then be almost too light. So that was thanks to one of you lovely lots saying, oh, that you had inspiration. And then that made me think, well, there's lots of things you can use to make your own types of collage paper. And I wanted to do a video where I can share that with you guys. So I hope you enjoyed that. I'll be back soon with another video. Please let me know if you try this. Let me know down below. Tag me in Instagram. Just put, you know, Bellaboo Creations. Yeah, let me know if you do it on there. I'd love to see what you come up with. If you find something else you could use, let me know, guys, what you might use for collage paper. Here's just 4 different ideas. But I'm sure there's other things out there that could be used. And I really enjoyed this. I really enjoyed just getting my stamps out. I don't use them enough. Getting my stamps out and having a play. We did a bit of numbers. We did a bit of autumn. We did a bit of spooky. We did some nature. And yeah, that's it for now, guys. I'll be back soon with another video. Please do like and subscribe if you haven't already, but especially that like button, guys. And wherever you are in the world, I hope you're having lots and lots of crafty fun. Bye for now.